Thank you for joining the Partner Quarterly webinar. We are joined by Kevin and Devin today to talk about our Salesforce use case.
Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Kevin Harris, and I am responsible for our consulting and SI partnerships.
Hey everyone, my name is Deven Ravel, and I oversee technology partnerships and alliances, and that includes Reputation's partnership with Salesforce. Before we jump into some of the use cases, I wanted to just provide some context and background on why Reputation is working more with Salesforce, and particularly why our product team is starting to build out more capabilities for these Salesforce integrations. As you may know, Salesforce is not just one product, it is a suite of many, many products. And what we're starting to see is our customers, whether they sit on the CX side of the house or the marketing side of the house, are living a lot of their day-to-day in some of these Salesforce products. Oftentimes for the CX crowd, it might be Salesforce Service Cloud. For marketers, it might be Salesforce Marketing Cloud, formerly known as ExactTarget or Datorama, also known as Salesforce Marketing Intelligence on the marketing BI side of things, or at its core level, Salesforce CRM. So what we intend to do from a product and partnership perspective is to meet those end users where they're at. We know that Reputation today provides a ton of data and a ton of capabilities within our platform, but we also know that not every CX or marketing practitioner is going to be bouncing in and out of Reputation, and in this case, the Salesforce products. So what we want to do is create automations or make data available across these different platforms. And that really just helps the overall customer life cycle and how these teams are able to better serve their customers, create more personalization, and really get dialed into how those customers are perceiving the brand. So all that to say, we have a lot of development happening. I'm going to turn it over to Kevin to walk through some of our existing use cases that we're seeing come up more and more in this ecosystem.
Thanks, Devin. So as we look at these, what we wanted to do is just highlight a few of the use cases that are possible today. We actually have customers who are using these integrations to manage certain parts of their business. And the end goal, obviously, is to create better alignment between the feedback that customers are saying to you or about you with an internal process to help you manage your business better, to gather data to help you make decisions, as well as to create better opportunities to interact with your customers. So this first use case is really the most basic, but the most powerful. And we see a lot of customers extracting a lot of value from this, and that's a simple review request. So let's say you're moving through any kind of sales process, right? And some interaction has happened with a customer, and you want the ability to solicit feedback from that customer. Now, we can do this today in Reputation, but for customers that are using Salesforce to manage that entire CRM process, we want to maintain that as the system of record for your interactions with customers. So this is just a simple use case where something happens in a sales stage. An update is created in an opportunity record, and that triggers a request into Reputation to solicit a review from that customer. Okay, now what that does is it simply creates an opportunity for you to identify those customers that you believe will say something positive about that interaction, or you want to gather any data possible to align brand image, to align that sales process, to help you gather feedback on the way you're working. So update in Salesforce, triggered from Salesforce, sends a request to Reputation, that review request is sent. Okay. Now let's look at a second use case that closes that loop a little better. And we can do something different with surveys, right? So the same type of interaction, something happens in a sales process, something is purchased, or you have if you're looking at healthcare, some interaction with a healthcare provider. In auto, maybe they came in for service, anything that could trigger any interaction with that customer. A request is sent to Reputation for a survey. Now, those survey templates are already created. You trigger that survey. We can align this to an actual contact record because we're going to send it to a known individual. And once we get that survey comes back into Reputation and we can then send that data back into Salesforce. We can do that at an individual level, where we're identifying the answers that that individual provided to specific questions. But what this also allows you to do is, because we can associate that back into Salesforce, we can aggregate all of the surveys associated with any location, any type of interaction, and then you can look at that aggregated data for further action in Salesforce. So this becomes quite powerful. We hope to be able to better align a closed loop review request, right? That's something we're continually working on, is how to identify those individuals that have left reviews. We can do this for some customers. We're working on how do we scale that so that we could create that closed loop review request. But right now we can absolutely do this on a survey request. And then the final one that can be done today is a very simple, something happens in reputation. A survey is requested and completed, a review is left, a social post happens, right? What we're trying to again do is leverage the fact that Salesforce is a system of record for managing sales and marketing. And what we do is we just create a ticket within Reputation that feeds into a ticketing system in Service Cloud in Salesforce. And so then that allows you to manage all of those tickets through Salesforce, combine those with any other marketing tickets that may align with that. For example, somebody leaves a positive review. We've identified it as a positive review that creates a ticket which feeds into Salesforce, which could drive a couple of actions, right? You're going to have a review process to maybe look at, can we use that verbatim that was left in that review in further campaigns? Can we take a look at these on a weekly level and look at, okay, are we seeing some validation of our marketing efforts? And are we seeing the types of reviews being left that align to the messaging that we're putting out? Or you can look at it from an operational standpoint. You can look at it and say, hey, we're receiving a lot of reviews that are highlighting maybe something we're missing in this customer engagement, maybe some service element or some interaction with our staff. That could feed into any kind of operational response where maybe you need to look at additional training or hiring policies, et cetera, right? And so it can be looked at in a number of different ways, but you're maintaining Salesforce Service Cloud as the system of record for managing all of those tickets within that system. There's lots of other stuff that we're looking at and working on where we're extending the ability to connect into Salesforce, including pre-built connectors, including different workflows into marketing and health cloud. And so we just wanted to highlight a few of these that are available today. What we'd ask of you is, if you have any customers who are interested in any of this, just come and talk to us. This is something we can work on and help you make available to your customers. So thanks again for your time today. Really appreciate it and look forward to further interactions with you, talking about the wonderful integrations we're working on with lots of valuable systems out there in the marketplace.